Ode is a type of lyrical stanza. A classic ode is structured in three major parts: the strophe, the antistrophe, and the epode. Different forms such as the homostrophic ode and the irregular ode also exist. It is an elaborately structured poem praising or glorifying an event or individual, describing nature intellectually as well as emotionally. Greek odes were originally poetic pieces performed with musical accompaniment. As time passed on, they gradually became known as personal lyrical compositions, whether sung or merely recited. The primary instruments used were the aulos and the lyre. There are three typical forms of odes: the Pindaric, Horatian, and irregular. Pindaric odes follow the form and style of Pindar. Horatian odes follow conventions of Horace. The odes of Horace deliberately imitated the Greek lyricists such as Alcaeus and Anacreon. Irregular odes use rhyme, but not the three-part form of the Pindaric ode, nor the two or a four-line stanza of the Horatian ode. English ode. An English ode is a lyrical stanza in praise of, or dedicated to someone or something that captures the poet's interest or serves as an inspiration for the ode. The lyrics can be on various themes. The earliest odes in the English language, using the word in its strict form, were the epithalamium and prothalamium of Edmund Spenser. In the 17th century, the most important original odes in English are by Abraham Cowley. These were iambic, but had irregular line-length patterns and rhyme schemes. Cowley based the principle of his Pindarics on an apparent misunderstanding of Pindar's metrical practice, but, nonetheless, others widely imitated his style, with notable success by John Dryden. With Pindar's meter being better understood in the 18th century, the fashion for Pindaric odes faded, though there are notable actual Pindaric odes by Thomas Gray, The Progress of Poesy, and The Bard. Around 1800, William Wordsworth revived Cowley's Pindaric for one of his finest poems, the Intimations of Immortality Ode. Others also wrote odes: Samuel Taylor Coleridge, John Keats, and Percy Bysshe Shelley, who wrote odes with regular stanza patterns. Shelley's Ode to the West Wind, written in 14-line terza-rima stanzas, is a major poem in the form. Perhaps the greatest odes of the 19th century, however, were Keats's 5 great odes of 1819, which included Ode to a Nightingale, Ode on Melancholy, Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode to Psyche, and To Autumn. After Keats, there have been comparatively few major odes in English. One major exception is the 4th verse of the poem For the Fallen by Lawrence Binyon, which is often known as the Ode to the Fallen, or simply as the Ode. W.H. Auden also wrote Ode, one of the most popular poems from his earlier career when he lived in London, in opposition to people's ignorance over the reality of war. In an interview, Auden once stated that he had intended to title the poem My Silver Age in mockery of the supposedly imperial Golden Age, however chose Ode as it seemed to provide a more sensitive exploration of warfare. Ode on a Grecian Urn, while an ekphrasis, also functions as an ode to the artistic beauty the narrator observes. The English ode's most common rhyme scheme is ABABCDECDE. Notable practitioners of the ode: Thomas Gray, John Keats, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, William Wordsworth, Percy Bysshe Shelley, Pablo Neruda, Alvaro de Campos, Dorothy Regan Drake, William Shakespeare, Thomas Nash, John Donne, Alan Tate, Gary Soto,